If you look at what Hamish has been doing, he was crushing in Squamish, and then he did Megatron, and then he did No One Mourns the Wicked. I feel like those are different. And like, how do you think the Olympics prepped him? I don't know. I don't know if like that really makes sense to me, like coming out of plastic Olympic climbing and then just going and doing singularity and like techie stuff. But then No One Mourns the Wicked. Maybe you're like, oh yeah, well, dude, you're just burly now.
Yeah, I mean, as someone who competed for a long time, I have a little bit of insight into what that comp training looks like, and I do know some of the Olympic athletes and kind of what they put into it. But I think honestly, a lot of it's just volume based and being able to climb at a very, very high level with a really, really high volume of climbing. And, that can break people. Like you can end up injured. And I think we saw a lot of people get injured in the Olympic preparation process. But the people that came through it, once they finally got rest on the other end of that, then you're going to start to see like the returns from all that training really come in.
I also think Olympic training, like they've been training to do boulders in 4 minutes. So 5 days is nothing. Like that's a lot of time for them to go into. Even 3 hours is like, oh, I have 3 hours on this boulder. All right, I'll just do it.
That's a great point. That's a good point for sure.
I was just talking this weekend with a good friend of mine who's a coach, Matt Jones, and we were talking about kind of that juxtaposition of like the comp climbing and the outdoor climbing and how we're, exactly what we're seeing with these comp climbers coming out and destroying. And I would say I agree with everything that Carlo and Austin said. And I think another part of it is where comp climbing has gone to me seems really like a distillation of all these really fundamental skills in climbing, even though they don't always look as much like what maybe an older generation would say is rock climbing. They're so skilled at all of the constituent parts that go into rock climbing that all it takes is one trip and they figure out how to apply all of those like insanely honed skills to just this different medium. And then, yeah, Austin, it's like, oh, I have 3 hours and I'm so good that all I had to figure out was like, these little logistical, technical, or kind of tactical nuances of dealing with rock and conditions. And all of a sudden, it's game on.